It's just over 2 cups. Half a liter of the most precious gift you can give. But while one donation of blood can save up to 3 lives, it can take a whole lot more when it comes to some of the most serious operations.
Liver transplant, somebody that's going through a liver transplant can use 100 units. But most often, many of us know people that are going through cancer treatment. And one person, just one person going through cancer treatment for 1 week only, I need to get 8 donors in the door to support that one patient.
And while bums in chairs and needles in arms are all a good sign at the Saanich Clinic, the supply of blood on the South Island is actually quite low.
In the summer, it's a challenge, to bottom line, because many of our great donors that support us all year round, they're like a lot of us, are on holidays or doing other things with families and friends and don't get in to make that donation.
Canadian Blood Services is getting creative to try and get more people through the door and rolling up their sleeve. It's called What's Your Type? And all it takes is a small prick on the finger.
Ready?
Yep.
Wow.
So we'll type people's blood, giving them that information at the same time, because they have to fill out a consent form for us to prick their finger. We would have their contact information, and we ask the question, may we contact you if we need your blood?
Canadian Blood Services says not everyone knows what type of blood they have, but for many reasons people are curious. So they're encouraging potential donors to stop by Victoria City Hall on Wednesday, July 13th to get a quick and painless prick on the finger so they can find out.
Whether they're tracking their family histories or whether they're eating right for your type, whatever they're doing. But this way they'll at least have that information at hand, and they'll know that we need their blood as well. Try have your right hand middle finger.
Victoria Mayor Dean Fortin offered up his finger this week to show just how quick and painless blood typing can be.
And so here it's indicating that you're A positive.
How easy was it? You know, I'm sort of like, okay, when are you going to do this? She's like, no, I've already stabbed you. It's like, oh no. So relatively easy. So simple. Simple thing, but really it's given the gift of life, I think, as they say.
There are 8 types of blood. The most common is O positive and the most rare is AB negative. But it's O negative that's most in demand. O negative is called the universal donor and can be used in operations on patients with any type of blood.
You often hear people say, oh, well, I've got a common blood, you don't need me. We need it all. We need it all because all of it is needed by the hospitals.
Sloot says they hope the What's Your Type campaign will get more people to think about giving blood. And when they stop by to learn their type, they'll check off a box that gives the organization permission to contact them when their blood is in need, tapping into a pool of new donors.
So at least this is a good step to get people to come in, test out, get their blood tested, see what type they are, and it's a great way. So when the call goes out saying, hey, we need someone with this type of blood, you know that you can react.
Let's just say 50% of the people that we will type will say, yes, you can call me. So that's a hot lead for us. So we'll get onto that right away in the hopes that we can book that person at least in the next few weeks when we're really, really needing blood.
You could have Dad's True Classic. Those are really, really good.
And on top of cashing in on the free cookies and juice you get when you donate blood, Fortin says the city is also encouraging more donations by taking part in the Public Service Challenge, where public service employees in all levels of government compete for the most donations and for bragging rights.
Frankly, you talk about leadership, and it's that civil servant that municipalities can really step up and say, let's go do something that's good for all of our residents.
If you've never donated blood before, it takes about an hour out of your day. Because it takes a while to rebuild your own supply, you can only donate every 56 days. So for a regular donor, it's only about 6 hours out of your entire year. Not a lot of time when you consider how many lives can be saved. In Victoria, I'm Nikki Iwanishin for The Daily.